Welcome to this video introducing best practices in digitalization of HR based on Deloitte Insights article. Before we speak about digitalization, let's take a brief overview of the evolution of HR over the years. In the 1960s and 70s, the HR role was more administrative. Later on, in the 1980s, HR evolved into what we call a service organization, meaning that there were centers of excellence or centers of expertise which worked with core talent practices. There were service centers which attended to individual needs, and then there were also HR business partners who were embedded in business. In the 1990s and early 2000s, the role of HR again was redesigned, and it was more focused on integrated talent management practices, which was accompanied by implementation of new systems in compensation, learning, development, and other critical components. Now, most recently, we have been hearing a lot about digital HR, meaning that there is a necessity to create an organization of the future. Companies recruit more and more digitally savvy workforce, and these new workers want to work in an integrated and digital environment. And of course, this is HR role to facilitate in satisfying this goal. Now, if we look into the 5 years of evolution of HR, the recent 5 years of evolution, 5 years ago we saw a race to the cloud when companies were replacing their traditional legacy systems for the new integrated HR platforms. Then 4 years ago, Deloitte was speaking about HR in need of a makeover, meaning that organizations were reskilling their professionals, HR professionals, and they were integrating organizations and implementing analytics. 2 years ago and up to present, we hear a lot about agile organization design, about digital management practices, all of which can be defined with one term, digital HR. Now, this requires change in 3 areas. First of all, this is digital workforce, meaning how can organizations create a culture that fosters innovation and sharing? How can they implement new management practices? Then there is digital workplace. How can we redesign existing workplaces using digital tools such as Microsoft Teams or Slack or others to deliver more productivity? And finally, digital HR. How can HR redesign itself using new apps and tools to deliver better service and to deliver better solutions? Clearly, this means that HR has to be more about innovation and experimentation, focused on culture, diversity, learning, and careers. The vendor market has been booming. For instance, SAP and Geo provide real-time metrics to their managers on turnover, engagement, and other critical factors, which allows them to take better decisions. IBM, for instance, has been using AI to provide regular pulses to their managers on how the teams are doing. Wade & Wendy is a recruitment chatbot which exposes the employees to recruitment and career management opportunities. First Jobs chatbot allows to eliminate about 75% of questions that candidates might have in the recruiting process. And final, but not of course the final one here, is Switch. This is a recruitment chatbot which exposes employees and exposes candidates at large to job search opportunities and to recruitment opportunities. Now, let's look into how one of the giants employed digital tools in its operations. After an employee hackathon, they decided to completely overhaul their performance management process, developing a platform called Checkpoint, which actually presents a new feedback process which has completely boosted its productivity and its engagement, alignment, and other important parameters. That said, speaking about learning, they replaced their traditional learning management system for a new digital learning platform, which allows employees to post whatever they feel necessary and recommends the necessary training also available outside on the internet to boost their career opportunities and to boost their career growth. In terms of career management, they have developed a proprietary career management system which recommends jobs and assignments for future progression based on the patterns derived from the employees' peers. Finally, there's CHIP, Cognitive Human Interface Personality, a cognitive assistant that can answer about 200 or more HR questions that employees usually have. This is a brief overview, and if you're interested in further information, please consult Digital HR Platforms, People and Work by Deloitte Insights. Thank you for watching.